Okay, so now we're going to do volume of pyramids and cones. So what you should have just watched was a little demonstration of pouring water from pyramids into prisms and from cones into cylinders. The main takeaway out of that video is that it takes three three pyramids worth of water to fill up a prism that has the same base and the same height. Same with the cones. So it takes three cones to fill up a cylinder that has the same base area and the same height. So what you are supposed to gather out of that is that the pyramid and the cone are actually 1/3 the volume of their corresponding prism or cylinder. So the volume for a pyramid is exactly the same. It's base area times height, but it is 1/3 the size. Or you can divide by 3. Either way would work. So we're going to do an example here. So in this example, for some reason, they don't give you any more information about the base. So I'm just going to make an executive decision here and say that it's a square, even though it doesn't look like it. So assume this is a square-based or a pyramid. So we're going to figure out the base area. So the base area would just be 40 times 40 if it's square. And that is going to be 1,600 feet squared. Okay, now we need the height. And in this case, we are not given the height. We are given the slant height, and then we can find the apothem here. And the apothem in terms of a square is always half the side length. So this is going to be 20. What that allows us to do is use this right triangle here to figure out the height using Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to set up Pythagorean theorem. H squared plus 20 squared equals 25 squared. So h squared equals, you can use a calculator, but this is 625 and this is 400. So 625 minus 400 is 225. Square root that and you get 15 feet. So now I have the height, I have the base area, so my volume is 1/3 the base area times that perpendicular height. Okay, you can just throw that into a calculator. You can do 1,600 times 15 divided by 3, or you can do 1/3 times 1,600 times 15, but you should get 8,000 feet cubed. So it's exactly the same logic, base area times height. You just divide by 3 when it's a pyramid. Okay, same for the cone. So the volume here, volume is going to be base area, which is going to be that circle, times the perpendicular height. But because it's a cone, you do 1/3 or divide by 3. Okay, so be careful again here. The diameter is 30. So then we know the radius is 15. Base area is a circle. So pi 15 squared. You throw that in the calculator, but it's 225 pi. And then even though the perpendicular height is not in the center, so this is again an oblique cone, it's kind of tilted to the side. This 25 with that perpendicular represents the height. So the height would be that 25. So you don't have to calculate that in this case. But volume for a cone is going to be 1/3. And then the other part looks the same, base area times the perpendicular height. And again, we're going to have a pi in our answer, but you do 225 times 25 divided by 3, or 1/3 times 225 times 25. But you can put all of that into your calculator. You get 1,875 pi feet cubed. And that's all there is to. It's the only thing different about pyramids and cones is that 1/3. Okay, great, good job.